Hi everybody, Charlie here. This week, after a week off last week on the Cherry Podcast, Grayson and I look at the card news because finally we're getting new season cards with Hoops and Donruss basketball coming soon. We look at whether redemptions are a problem for people who have sealed wax. We look at what happens to the hobby market at Christmas time, and there's a bit of a rant on new grading companies and why you should support them. Thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye. Look at that, it looks way better. With my huge head in front of the best poster. Look, there's probably a bit too much Arnold back there.
We need to get Jordan down lower.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there is a Jordan
Good morning, everybody.
poster there. Good morning, all. Send through your questions with the question sticker. We will try and get to them. We missed the hobby chat last week. I think because I was off, sick, and then I was sick. You were sick, and then I was sick again this week. Mm-hmm. So we've got a lot to get through, I suppose, because there's been a few cool things happen. We'll let a few more people come in. Good morning, everybody. Good night from London. That's cool.
Oh, wow.
Good afternoon from NZ. Good morning to Joe. Joe is always in the comments and posting cool stuff on his Insta. So, now we've got a few people in. Let's get into it. Card news is the first thing that we've had this week. There was another one dropped this morning, but finally, we have got a look at new season Hoops and Donruss, which Donruss, I'm actually, you're like thanking the card gods finally for new product.
Yeah, for the people that are just listening, that was the sign of the cross.
Yeah.
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
It's with huge thanks that I give to Panini. They've released Hoops before Christmas.
Yes.
Because otherwise we were this close to having to let Blake go. This close. But anyway, it came out.
Yeah, it's because it's usually, I don't know, looking back in the, when you get like the Facebook memories and stuff like that, or the Instagram ones, it's like October.
Last week October, first week November, sometimes pushes back to mid-November.
Yeah.
And looks good. Like it looks, I'm always a fan of Hoops. I think it's the most underrated product there is out there. It's meant to go on sale tomorrow. We've got our first drop on sale tomorrow. It got up to $600 a box this year, and it's settled back down to about $450, I think, when we sold out.
Okay.
And it's going to drop at $250.
Okay, so we're going to drop it at $250.
Drop at $250
sometime tomorrow on the website.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
And it's I think that the dollar's worse. We dropped it at $200 last year. The dollar is worse this year, significantly worse.
Yeah.
But I still think it's going to get above $400 before it releases.
Yeah. Well, last year, $600 it gets to. Okay. Last year you got the exciting people like LaMelo, I guess, and Ant-Man. Okay. It'll be interesting to see where it gets to this year. I'm actually not a fan of it this year. From the preview that I've seen. We didn't get a good look at like the normal base card yet. I think all they showed were the variants. And variants are cool to see. I always like to see like the most, what is the base card? Like in the Donruss preview, they showed the base card. And I thought that's looking good. I actually
base rookie, they didn't show the base rookie. Okay.
Prefer the look of the Donruss this year over Hoops. But there wasn't much. There wasn't much to be excited about apart from net marvels.
Well, that's interesting. I feel like there would have been more hoo-ha over the one autograph in Hoops. I didn't know about this. Dale.
Oh yeah.
Who's got his finger on many pulses.
Yeah, well, all of them. Yeah.
He said that weeks ago he saw rage about this one auto in Hoops. I don't have a problem with it. I feel like Hoops is a one auto product, but, and there's never, that's a lie. We did have a couple of boxes of two good autos, but I very rarely, there was normally only ever one auto you wanted. The other guy was like, it was like Craig Hodges' brother, Brian, who who never quite made it. But and a shout out to Brian who tunes in. But yeah, one auto per box, which is it's a big change, and I thought I would have known about that, but anyway, maybe I've just lost touch.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm sure people will be excited for new season cards, though. And it's before the end of the year that we've managed to get it out before Christmas, I guess.
Yeah, Donruss, next day autographs are back. They're on the sell sheet.
They were too.
Which is so important. Like last year's Donruss, I felt terrible selling last year's Donruss hobby and knowing that people couldn't get next day autographs.
What is that set about? Is that like draft day one?
Yeah, it's the one that they sign at the rookie photo shoot.
Ah, okay.
And I don't know if they had a rookie photo shoot this year, but it's the one they sign at the rookie photo shoot, and it's normally their best autograph.
Right.
The Zion year, it wasn't necessarily because of they did the stamp, where they kind of rubber stamped it in the wrong spot.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yes, yep. There was like stamps inside autos.
Yeah. And someone got a 10 on theirs. We sent like 2 and got like 8, 7 on the auto.
Oh, what?
I don't know how they got a 10.
Yeah.
I feel like that's so lucky. But anyway, that is such an important card, and it's such an important card because it's normally their best autograph. They normally get real slack after them.
Yeah, because they're like, this is the first sort of official ones they're doing, so they're like, oh yeah, I'll take my time.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's like, whatever.
Yeah, lazy boy.
Yeah.
Get a mimosa.
Yes, yeah. I get it.
and then they just, and it's such a clean card, and it's so hard to get, and it's consistent year to year. Like the designs are so, and I don't know, I'm in love with it. But
yeah,
the Luca one, I think will be all time. And the Giannis one is all time.
Okay.
But so what I was getting at is that they're hard to get, and they're also really good for a class like this where there's no one's really standing out. This class at the moment, this rookie class, looks awful. Like it's terrible.
Well, there's no one scoring.
No one can score.
Right.
No one can score. I don't know why. And I feel like there's two parts to this. One is that no one's really scoring. Like it seems to be this massive emphasis on team scoring. Like box scores have got like 8 to 10 players with 10 points each. It's crazy. So there's that. And then there's there's no real guys taking over games, rookie-wise. Scotty Barnes obviously playing well. Kay Cunningham's clearly not a bust. He's an extremely talented guy. Jalen Green has put up some really good games.
Yeah.
But on a consistency level, I mean, Josh Giddey is getting front page articles on websites, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
He's
well, they're just about his TikToks, I think.
Don't tell me to breathe. He's getting those, and it's like 8.7 rebounds and 3 assists. Like Ben Simmons was getting those like when he was 10.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Anyway.
One more thing dropped this morning just before we leave that news, and it's new EPL Prism, which I've seen mentioned in the comments. If you think Grayson's wrong, by the way, with this rookie crop, let him know. Tell him in the comments who you think is the standout for this season.
Yeah.
Maybe G's wrong. It's happened. It happens.
And stop sending me comments. Stop sending me DMs about how wrong I am about Mac Jones. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if he wins a Super Bowl. I don't care.
EPL Prism, just the first look dropped this morning. I posted that out to our channel, so you've probably seen it. I've seen a couple of people mentioning it in the comments. Colour Blast is back.
Yep, beautiful.
In it.
Was it in it last year?
I can't remember.
Well, it was, but didn't see any.
You didn't see one?
No.
It was looking good. It had big, beautiful Hyung Min Soon, I think it was.
Yeah, Sonado.
Just looked fantastic. Looked like 3 or 4 different auto sets and a few different variants and stuff like that, emergents and stuff, things like that. So soccer people extremely excited this morning.
So well last year, but really the price really fell away.
Really?
Yeah, I think the 2 things behind it. One, they didn't get the rookie stamp on the right players. So they didn't have rookie stamp on Mason Greenwood, didn't have rookie stamp on Saka, which hurt it. And the lack of historic talent in insert sets, and insert sets really only consisting of a Colour Blast. So the next tier of insert set, I think it's called Brilliance. Dale hates it. It's like such a huge fall from grace. Like it's like as soon as you get it, you know, I didn't get a Colour Blast. There's an insert, and it's so far from Colour Blast.
Like the gap between them is
it's just immense. They need to put like another insert in there. But so if they get the rookie stamp right this year, and if they get historic content like, I don't know, like Schmeichel Colour Blasts and, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson stuff, or like just get something else. I think it needs it. It needs a little bit of a refresh. So it'll still be popular. Yeah. And Breakaway is my favourite product, so I can't wait to see that SKU. So. Yeah,
definitely. A few people talking about it in the comments there. Soccer RCs are so hard without a draft system, says Dan Whitty. Yeah, good point.
I still think that like, and Panini and Topps are brilliant at this. Like Topps are, 2022, Topps are going to start including, what's his name? Is it Wander Franco? I think Wander Franco's rookie cards for the first time. Now he's had cards for like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It feels like I didn't start collecting until Wander Franco played baseball, but that's not the case. But they hold off that particular card to the key sets to drive interest and collecting in those sets. So he could have been in the last 2, he hasn't been. I think Panini need to, and they probably do, I just don't notice it as well, they need to start doing that whereby if Mason Greenwood's had a rookie card in Chronicles, but he hasn't had a Prism, perhaps his first Prism, his first Optic, his first Donruss all get the rookie stamp.
Right.
His first Immaculate, and then that's it.
Yep.
Regardless of their year. I think that is sort of a good way to go about it, because Greenwood hadn't had a Prism. That is his first Prism. I probably bought 100 Mason Greenwood rookies at, let's say, $30 on average.
Yeah.
They're under $1 now.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that was a bad choice. But I think Mason Greenwood is going to be the best soccer player of his generation. So,
that sort of aspect of aligning rookie cards across sets would have to be someone's job description at Panini, wouldn't it? It would be like the management of that aspect of it.
Yeah, it'd be like Tom Cruise in Minority Report, like.
Yeah, it would be. He hasn't had a Prism rookie yet. Put it in. Yeah. What else happened? There was a little interesting thing I think happened last week. Giannis was collecting again, talking about how it's his backup plan.
Yeah.
He had whose cards did he have? I can't remember. He had somebody's cards with him, and he's like, "These are big bucks, guys."
Yeah.
You know, so if the basketball thing doesn't work out,
Pat Connaughton. He's got the ability, but Giannis, stay in. Listen, all I'm going to say is stay in your lane, Giannis.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I can bowl. You've seen me. I can bowl. It's not NBA is not my backup plan. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Stay in your lane. Pat Norton, he's got ability. His cards, not interested.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sorry, Giannis.
stay in your lane, mate.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Christmas, things getting out before Christmas, a few people have asked recently, what happens to the market before Christmas? You know, Christmas time, Christmas, New Year's, when people might be, you know, tapped out. They're spending on Christmas presents, other stuff. What happens to the hobby in this time? Because a lot of people are still, you know, might be the first Christmas period for them in the hobby. What usually happens? Does it get quiet? Does it get silly?
It gets quiet.
Yeah.
It gets real quiet. Well, it might not for Thomas Fish at Blowout, but it gets quiet for old Whitey.
Yeah.
Gets very quiet. It's a time of the year where, and maybe it'll be a little bit different this year, but it's a time of the year where I think that most car collectors are actually really good gifters. So I think that I feel like they care a lot about what people get as gifts, and so I think they go and they spend a lot of money on what their friends and their family would like, and they do that thing well. And so this time of year, a lot of that money they would normally spend on themselves, they spend on other people.
Yeah.
But because other people don't quite understand what card collecting is, or when they do, they go, "Hi, I would like to buy some basketball cards for my friend Charlie.
Yeah.
He likes Zion. What boxes do you have?"
Yeah.
And then I answer with, "Well, everything's like $1,000 plus." They immediately go, "Fuck him, he's getting a scratching."
Yeah.
So even if their intent is to spend money on cards, it just doesn't convert.
Yeah.
But there'll be gift cards up on the website shortly.
Yeah.
For cards, it's a time of the year where we kind of spend on other people, not ourselves.
Yeah.
Some people manage to seal the deal. Guy got a case or something bought from him yesterday, which was extraordinary.
In that way, then, is it? I mean, if you're a savvy collector who's maybe, you know, doesn't have many responsibilities or many people to buy for, should you snap a few things up around Christmas time? You know, rookie cards or other inserts that you haven't been able to see for a while, anticipating a little, you know, a tiny dip.
There's without trying to do a plug, there's a lot of specials at this time of year because we know that we're going into a hibernation for 2 months.
Yeah.
And nothing really turns until February, so there's a lot of stuff on our site, on everyone's site. You go to Cardboard right now, Blowout, Steel City, all the best card shops in the world, and you'll find really good deals because they know that the long winter is approaching us. And I mean, you've seen, we've set up to open, just kind of open. We're going to open the door and allow people to come in and walk past. But the prices on this stuff here is nothing like it would be in March. In March, it's, you know...
Some of those slabs in there, rookie cards, you know, Ja Morant, etc. It's priced to walk out the door.
So, yes, Christmas impact sales. There's absolutely opportunities. And I think that, but once again, focus on other people, and likewise, in terms of focusing on other people, if you do want to support us at this time of the year, buy into the Christmas appeal stuff.
Yes.
There's a bunch of stuff there now. Heaps of it raises money for the Christmas appeal for kids that otherwise aren't going to get presents.
Yeah.
We're going to putting presents under the tree.
Yeah.
So,
that's
birthing a cow. But
there are a lot of opportunities. You can either go in breaks, you can go in for the 24-hour stream with Blakey. He's doing that again this year, trying to beat the $50,000 donation that we made last year. There's Christmas cards that are coming, especially if you've seen in the Facebook group, that's where I posted the art. So it's special art a special, unique Christmas card featuring Blake and Dale.
Personalised message.
Yes, you get a message from Blake or Dale, or you can buy them both.
I'd imagine-
And you get $100 values in cards
Packs.
in there as well, and that counts as I think $20 from everyone is a donation straight to the Kmart.
Straight to Kmart.
Kmart Giving Tree.
Yep.
So they're all up on the website at the moment, and they're selling. I think the Blake card is ahead of the Dale card.
Yeah, well, that's because Blake's messages are normally really empathetic, caring.
Nice.
He gives a lot into it.
Yeah.
Dale tends to just be like a singular profanity and a full stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Don't message me ever again.
Like it's 1 a.m. F you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd pay for that. just to know that was occurring at that time. Yeah.
And merch, we should have some merch available. We won't ship before Christmas, but we should have some teas
To show people. And they can order.
to order. Yeah, to
Yeah.
pre-order. So it's going to be a limited run.
Yep.
And they can order, which would be cool too if you want to support those guys. And we might donate some money before Christmas to the
Yep.
appeal as well. Anyway, enough about our sales. Oh,
Now, the next thing that happened during this week, I quietly woke up to, and there's your face
what have I done?
on Instagram, posted by the Mint Collective. What's happening there? I mean, we knew we were going. We announced that a couple of weeks ago, that we were going over to the Mint Collective, brand new hobby. It's kind of convention/market.
I don't like that photo.
And now you are speaking at it as well. What are you talking about? What will people hear about when we get there?
I'm talking about the future of the hobby store.
That makes sense. We're in one right now.
Yeah, and it looks like we're in one right now. And it looks like it's 1995. So
Yes.
TVs are larger. That's the only difference.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'm the guy to talk about the future,
Yeah.
but that is sort of surplus to requirement. I'm going to be seated there with, I know I'm sitting there with the CEO of Card Ladder,
Yes.
who obviously I think are going to become the comps hub.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really exciting.
They're going to cut Beckett's lunch.
Maybe. How did listen, we're friends with Beckett.
Mm.
How did they miss that?
Yeah.
Like,
All that data.
that had to be the lowest hanging fruit in the hobby. Anyway, I'm sure they've got their reasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be really interesting. And I don't know who else they're going to have on that panel. The future of the hobby store. Probably looking at maybe people like Mitch from Bullpen would be an absolutely amazing addition.
Yeah.
Michael Fruitman, I think, would be someone who I'd be keen to see on that panel. And then you got someone like Dan from Cards and Coffee, who has already shown how much he's innovated that space. So it's going to be really good. And yeah, got a lot of time to think about. What is that future and how does it look, particularly here, like in our environment, as opposed to
Literally this store? Or
or
Australia?
Australia in general, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll be the voice of Australia. I'll be like a brunette John Farnham.
I don't know about that. Maybe if you grew a mullet. Well, it's going to be fantastic. I just saw a post before, 50 days to go. I was like, wow, that's actually not very long.
Wow.
So I think I need to get the visa application process in order, because otherwise we're just going to get sent home. But that's going to be fantastic. And yeah, some amazing people to meet for the first time, with people like Card Ladder.
Fanatics, Pool Wax.
Fleischman, yeah, Pool Wax guys, Fanatics. Josh Luber's got a panel there, which is fantastic. Dana White, you can ask him about bringing back GSP for another one.
Yes, yep. Yeah, there's a UFC. That's oh God. Just imagine, like, obviously We get the VIP drinks later in the evening.
Yep.
Just imagine Dana White comes over,
Yes.
says,
Of course he comes over.
hey,
That's my sore arm.
are you that Cherry guy?
Yeah.
Just have a chat with him.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it'd be so good. I just hope.
Listen, I'm meeting up with George later.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should come.
Conor McGregor might rock up.
Yeah, that'll probably happen.
Yeah. Oh well, it's Vegas, yeah.
This is Vegas. Now, one last thing before we have a look at some of your questions. Is a rant that I saw from one of the guys who runs Sports Card Nonsense.
Yep.
I quite like... I like the Sports Card Nonsense guys.
Oh, good site.
They got a great podcast. The clips that they post, I copy the format often. Mm-hmm. That's actually the plan. That's the social media plan of Charlie's, is look at what other people do that is good and copy that. So if you want the plan for Cherry, that's the secret, is copy other people that are good, and then you become good.
Good, yeah.
And he was ranting, I can't remember which of the hosts it was, about the other graders situation, the people that have popped up in the last sort of year to 18 months, FCG, hybrid grading, etc. And whenever they post anything to their social media, it's just people in the comments underneath saying, why would I use this? You guys are a joke. You get things wrong. And it was just, I don't understand this mentality of constant negativity on people trying out new things or starting an enterprise. For example, the card letter guys, they start that whenever it was, maybe 2 years ago, something like that.
A bit more. Yeah.
That's probably a bit more. That's a brand new thing. Why would people use that brand new thing? We've got Beckett or we've got eBay for comps. Well, I'll tell you why, because they just sold it to the PSA for however many millions of dollars. That sort of mentality of, I'm not going to try the new thing. New thing is bad. We're just sticking with PSA. We're just sticking with Beckett. I'm not going to use that new hybrid grading or forensic grading or whoever they are. Well,
Car Grading Australia.
Yeah, CGA, exactly. These are the people who in 3, 5, 10 years could be looking at a $5 million check. Thanks very much. So, okay, maybe nobody's going to use it, but you're going to be the broke person who doesn't have a card company or, a grading company that they just sold to somebody.
Yeah, this drives me batty. So, if you're one of the, let's just say we do Charlie's Grading Australia. Actually, there's already CJ Grading.
Yeah.
It could be you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, nothing against those guys. I've never used them. I've never paid additional money for a slab of theirs. I've never had anyone come in and tell me, 21 things they like about them.
Yeah.
Never happened. But if I was Beckett or PSA and I wanted to move into this market, the first person I would call, other than me, would be them. Yeah. And I would say, hey, listen, I know that no one's ever given me 21 reasons why your slabs are worthwhile. I know that Grayson doesn't pay any additional money for your slabs, but I would imagine that after having reviewed 2,000 cards, having the work processes in place that are probably somewhat either copied or similar to ours, and having the best possible authentication and slabbing techniques that you've got at your fingertips, that it's going to be faster to get to market by using you than we could potentially do otherwise.
Yeah. So
I think people misinterpret the end game of these companies. Now, that's not to say that if these end games of these companies are wrong, that all they're setting out to do is to scam, that they shouldn't be called out. But I think that there's certainly an element of entrepreneurship and innovation that needs to be recognised, and that particularly you've got to remember, most of these grading companies are only in singular markets. They're not in Canada, they're not in China, they're not in Australia. So I think that anyone in those regions that's trying to do something a little bit differently shouldn't be set fire to because they make mistakes. I bet in 1998, without, I don't know if PSA were around then, I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say in 2001, PSA made mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
And they did.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
But they did.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to say PSA are scammers because they made a mistake in 2001. Because these people are trying to do things differently, trying to start a business, give them. Maybe that's the case with everything. Maybe you don't get any. You don't get any breathing space in the internet world these days. It's everything, all the time. Everyone's looking to, work out why you need to be set fire to, and
it's really sad. It's sad. It's just it makes me sad to see, because I think that mentality isn't going to help you at all. If you look back in 5 years, all the time that you wasted posting that, you've lost all that time. You've spewed all that stuff, and in the meantime, these guys, whoever they are, guys, girls, have attempted something, and they might have been successful, and they've moved on, maybe, like a card ladder. They've sold a business, they've gone into a partnership, whatever it is, they've made a buttload of money. You've wasted a bunch of time, you've made zero money. So it's like, who is the winner,
Yeah.
Like, that one time I, posted a really sick comment on Facebook, and 7 people liked it. Like, congratulations, old mate's over there, he's got $5 million.
King emoji. Emoji. Well, you're 100% correct. And the other thing too that many people don't see, and I see it at the coalface. And by coalface, I'm not working with coal.
No.
Obviously.
You haven't got the black one.
No, look at my hands. They're soft.
Yeah.
I'll touch your face only where this is being recorded, and I've read through our sexual harassment policy. So, but they're soft.
Yeah.
But people come in all of the time, and grading at the moment is awful. Like, the cost of grading from Australia and the risk and the time it's horrendous. People still do it. I respect that.
Yeah.
We still do some. I respect, some you have to with some cards. The cost is so high that so many people go, can you please, sir, just give me your thoughts on my card.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these companies are literally going, you know what, we don't need to be, our slab is never going to be PSA or BGS.
Yeah.
It's not going to get there.
Yeah.
So, how about we do this really quick, and basically for $40, $20, whatever, people are getting an idea, a guide, as to whether or not they should dump $150, $200, $400 maybe, into a PSA assessment or a BGS assessment. And like, if we offered that right now, if I said, hey guys, I'm going to put Dale upstairs, or maybe, maybe it's just cheaper. I get someone to build a robot that's exactly like Dale, thinks like Dale, acts like Dale. Dalebot. I just build a Dalebot from the ground up, and I park that Dalebot in the store, and people can come up, and for $40, Dalebot just gives them an answer. 8, 9, 10. Then maybe that would be the most revenue we would get.
Oh, the Dalebot would be occupied 100% of its time. The amount of messages that come through,
and it would probably give like slight. It'd probably even have more feelings. Like
Yeah.
just Will
Thanks,
Smith.
mate. Thank you.
Will Smith would pick it out.
Yeah, he'd be able to sniff it out.
Dale and a Dale bot. He'd be like,
That one doesn't have the LA cap on. Okay, last point we had is should people, this was a topic I noticed posted somewhere, I can't remember, should people who have held on to sealed wax, if I've got some sealed wax in the collection, I'm holding on to it because I think in 10, 20 years it's going to be worth 20 grand. Should I be concerned if there are redemptions in there?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't held a lot of sealed wax, but I've never actually reviewed that, and that's terrifying.
Like sat down and gone, okay, that's
Yep.
a problem, that one's a problem.
Yeah, I think it's less of a problem now. Maybe LaMelo's a problem because LaMelo's a redemption in a lot of products.
Yes, yeah.
Luca was a redemption in a lot of products. Zion was a redemption in some products.
He was live in a lot.
He's alive in a lot.
Yeah.
Jar was a redemption in a couple of key products.
Yep.
So yeah, it is important. Like I remember with the Kobe incident, Kobe death. I don't want to call it an incident.
It's sad.
I know, but it's not an incident. Is it? Anyway.
No.
When Kobe died, there was a huge amount of stock that I knew we needed to get stock for Kobe to have Kobe's autographing products. We've still got some left.
Yeah.
That was my first thing.
That Spectra, for example.
I just went through every product. Was he live? Was he live? Was he live? Like as an autograph sense, and and that dictated my entire buying strategy.
Yeah.
So it is important, and I wouldn't have touched any of the stuff that he wasn't in. I saw it as a huge because it goes up. The stuff that they're not in still goes up a little bit.
Yeah.
But nothing like the stuff with it. At 12-13, National Treasures is another one. Kawhi was a redemption, and that's big because he's the best player or one of the best players from that class.
Okay, so it's definitely a factor.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a bunch of questions. Let's see if we can get through a couple of them.
That's good. The table's here.
Yeah, the FedEx dude clued in. He didn't want to interrupt.
Good man.
Unlike the other geezer. And old mate a couple of weeks ago with his wanting to take pictures of everything. Let's have a look here. Mr. Smith, what do you think hobby stores will look like in the future? Miles, what are they going to look like? I don't know. They're going to look like this.
I can't speak. I'm under an exclusive contract with Mint Collective. They've paid big dollars. You know how much they paid.
Yeah.
Big dollars. They paid big dollars. They want my exclusive comments on that.
Yes.
In January, and I'm not
So you have to be there. Or watch the broadcast or whatever.
contractually obligated.
Yep. Sorry, Miles. Dan the Card Man. Dan takes fantastic pictures of Lakers cards. Do we think box prices will normalise to where they were 5 years ago?
What the fuck is happening with 1-on-1 basketball?
You were on about this yesterday.
I'm furious.
1-on-1 basketball. Here we go. This would be a rant from G on 1-on-1.
I don't understand why 1-on-1 basketball. So 1-on-1 basketball came out last year, and I bought, must have bought like 20 cases of it.
Yep.
At 1,000. It worked out to be about 1,000 US a box. And at the time, I thought it would be up around about 1,500, 1,700 US a box in the near future. Now, it dropped and everyone was like, oh my God, sticker autographs.
Yeah.
I'm out. So it dropped, it plummeted to like $800 Australian a box. And it wasn't there very long, but it was there for about a week and a half. And I literally, I was in a corner of a dark room picking scabs off my face. Okay?
1-on-1.
Now,
Yeah.
let's review it. It's got the first ever memorable moments cards. Fantastic. When people started seeing them drop, and they're very rare, people started seeing them drop, they were like, wow, they are stunning.
Yeah.
Then the downtowns dropped.
Yeah.
Super rare. One every two. I think Blake did 4 cases of this one. He got 1. They're very rare. People are like, oh wow, those downtowns are nice. Zion, Jar,
LaMelo.
Yep. Second year Luca, beautiful.
Yeah.
And the first Luca in the beautiful downtown. Anyway.
Right.
I digress. People were like, I'll live with it. I'll live with the sticker auto. So it moved back up again, 1,500, 1,700. Now it's about 2,000. I understand it. I kind of, it's 2 cards, $1,000 each. It's a big play, but I get it.
Yeah.
So this year's is coming out. And I think we sold them from like $700, maybe $600 through to, I think they're about 1,800 now, which is about 400 lower than landed from the US.
Yeah.
I don't understand how without Zion or Jar, and with second year memorable moments where you start to get an expanded list of people and you start to get people put into that list, I think like there's there's signers in that list that, their memorable moment was, I hit a 2-point shot in my first G League game.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen the list. I'm talking shit.
Yeah.
But it's expanded.
Yeah.
The downtowns, well, LaMelo's no Zion and Ant-Man's no Jar.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
It's still exciting.
They're still exciting.
Yeah.
But they're not Zion or Jar. Luka's already had one of them. LeBron's already had one of them, et cetera, et cetera. You could do nothing with the rookie autographs in that product to make them in the top 5 rookie patch autos. They're not going to touch Flawless. They're not going to touch Immaculate. They're not going to touch Spectra. They're not going to touch...
Yeah.
They're down the list. National Treasures, obviously. How the hell is it more expensive?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
No.
Does it look amazing? Absolutely. Penny,
Yeah.
top job.
Yeah.
Mailman. Clyde Drexler, fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Dennis Rodman, the big old one where he's doing this.
Yes, beautiful, but it's not $2,000 value
Not
coming out of it.
Well, it can't be the same price as last year's. It has to be.
No.
It has to be closer to half the price of last year's than it does. So when people ask the question, and I digress, I do apologize. I digress. Yes, product should be less than last year's. If a product isn't less than last year's, find another product. There's so many products that already are. This year's Select Basketball is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely worth buying. Underpriced versus previous years. There are plenty of products from this year's rookie crop, the 2021, that are 3/4 to half the price of the 1920 variant. I would buy those infinitely more quickly than I would buy something like 1-on-1, which I think 1-on-1 is an absolute get into breaks only product.
Yeah.
Find your team, find your the player you're chasing, and then go hard at them. But its price is, I can't find it anywhere. It actually went up. Because I got angry yesterday.
Yeah.
It went up $75 USD at a wholesale level overnight. And I'm like, just don't get it.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, G, for jumping on with us this morning. I will get this one out on the podcast shortly. Anything to add before we let everyone go?
If you're in Tasmania or if you're in Hobart, just walk past the store between 12 and 4. Today?
Yep.
And come in, say hello. We're going to be just open for people to say hello. And there's a couple of things here to buy. Not a big opening or anything like that.
But you can help us build a couple of tables that just arrived.
They're big.
Yeah.
They look good.
They do, yeah.
And thank you for tuning in again. Appreciate it. And I hope that this... And pre-order Donruss Road to Qatar.
Oh, yeah.
Just get it now. It's kaboom halan in there. Just make sure you've got one. Its price is going to go up. It's going to double. So
right.
Get used to it.
Okay, there we go. Good tip. Thank you, everybody. See you on the next one. Bye.